Hello, hello. I received a question just a little while ago, well, actually more like a day or so ago, regarding why did I love these decks so much, and I thought it'd be so much faster and more efficient, and then completely could reuse this information if I just record why I like them and share it with the person that asked me those questions originally, and then share it with my community at large. So, yeah, let's just make this right to the point. So, this is the Spread Machine Oracle with their 2 expansion packs. Now, if memory proves me right, these have been retitled to, I believe, Spread Crafters Oracle. And since I have my computer over here, I can look it up real quick. I'm also trying to light a piece of charcoal incense, so I'm trying not to like burn the house down. So let me take a second. Spread Crafters Oracle. So, why do I love these cards? Yep, Spread Crafters Oracle. So they are designed by a lovely sweet pea named Kimberly San, and the more I've gotten to listen to this dear sweet pea on YouTube, because she is a YouTube content creator, the more I've like interacted with her online through our mutual tarot communities, the more I just want to wrap her up in my arms, give her a great big old like bear hug of a squeeze, and just like be her bestie and listen to her ramble. I feel like she and I are a little bit the same in that regard. I know that she's an Aries, and I know that sometimes she struggles with like anxiety and kind of being hard on yourself, being a perfectionist and those kind of things. And so I just relate to her, and then her product is just absolutely excellent. So let me get into some of the details of that. So one, I dig the artist. She's a great woman. Love her to bits and pieces. Also, another big thing that I'm a snob when it comes to design, because I lived as an industrial designer, product designer. I built things, I made things, I designed concepts, and, you know, did stuff like packaging design and the thing like that. So to me, quality is everything. Not even necessarily how much you spend as a creator, but the quality of the workmanship of the craft. To me, that means loads. That means so much. So having this deck be a hard shell magnet closure, kind of a matte, it's almost kind of, what is it, rose petal, almost rose petal finish on, y'all, the boxes have it. It's just a nice little subtle detail. I love her branding too. They're all these pandas that are just too damn cute. But in addition, the cardstock is epic. It's a good solid cardstock. It also has a, actually doesn't have the same laminate as the box. It's a little bit, I don't know what you'd call, see, this is the thing I don't know. I do not know print laminations, but this has a slight slip to it. Not an extreme one, not like a high gloss finish, stick and slip kind of thing, but a subtle, nice lamination. So I dig it. I'm a fan of that color on the edges. I do find that edging a deck, that sounds terrible. Edging your tarot cards, edging your oracle cards, there we go, just makes them look like a finished and refined product. And especially if those cards came that way and match the overall aesthetic, epic, even better. Another thing that I like is the emotional intelligence of these cards, because I've worked with, and I'll talk about this in a second, I've worked with other, spread, creating kind of cards, and they tend to be very generic and very basic. And maybe that's just me, but I'm just not that easily amused. And I want something that pushes me a little bit further, pushes my questions a little bit further, gives me something else to think about. And I feel like these cards absolutely do that. So like if hypothetically I wanted to pull 3 cards and I didn't know what I wanted to pull, and this is one of them, we'll just say this is one of them. All right, so how I express my feelings through thought or actions, and how you conduct yourself towards others, your actions and reactions. So I love, gives you the keyword, epic, gives you a little bit of descriptor so you can kind of like decide how it's going to apply to you, and then you pull your tarot card to match this or to answer that question. And then you just use whatever intuition skills, that you'd like in addition. So I live for the emotional intelligence of these things. I really do. Kimberly, dude, I don't know if anybody's told you, but you're not just, working with the 8th graders here. And I so appreciate that. I appreciate, work that's a little bit harder, a little bit more difficult to work with, a little bit just past the rainbow, I live for that. Another thing that I love is that all of these are self-directed. So they're not really looking at what do they think about me, projection or anything like that. Not projecting, but like someone else's opinion, someone else's thoughts, someone else. Like it's nothing, none of these decks are about other people in my understanding of them. And I've had them for quite a while now. And for the life of me, I don't believe there's a single one in here that deals with another person. This is all self-directed. And so that knowing that, to me, that is all about choice. That is all about our intention. That is all about what we do. And yeah. So because of that, because of those many things, it just makes me love them a little bit more. Some of the aspects that I dig about them, I don't really dig into this little guidebook all that often, and I really should, because I do think an artist's written words or the author, they have something to say, and we need to spend some time here because there's some added, like even in these, there are added elements that could be very beneficial to kind of help you further unpack your XYZ. Now, one thing that I love about these is that they come with designated focus area cards, and they all say, focus area down here at the bottom, and then they talk about this. So say, for instance, hypothetically, you want to use, or you're doing a reading for someone and you want to have them randomly choose a focus area. You could take all your focus cards out and then have them choose that one. All right, selfhood, introspection, identity. That's what we're going to work on today. Boom. Now you do your tarot reading, or whatever method or madness that you want to get into. And I feel like that's another thing that I love about these cards is just their expansiveness. These are just the well-designed tools that are giving you so much structure to build really good work off of. I wish you could see how far my hands spread outside of frame because that's totally useful. But these are great little focus areas. So trauma, healing, deep dive, dreams, true calling, vision, connection, relationships, love, society, community, finances, money, abundance, career, work and business, family, parenting or children, academia, peace, karma, past lives, generational DNA, like all these things, those are great. It's not just love, work, health, I love those. So again, her brain, I just want to eat her brain. Her brain is great. Her brain is great. Let me show you these. So the quest is cute where it takes on like a gamification kind of vibe. So I don't know if I've shown you these. They also come with a guidebook. They're also etched in their pretty orange color. They all have the different, oh gosh, what would you call it? Kind of quests, like game language that you would use. And so if you're embarking on a quest, well, obviously there's some experience needed. If you play games, you'll know what that is. So what's the ultimate move? That to me just reminds me of like Mortal Kombat, your health potion if you're playing Zelda, poisoned. I could imagine a few talisman, North Star, fog of war. And these are experience gain. Like these are all just kind of game language, and they don't have to relate to games. You just kind of intermix that into your reading, and you just, hey, high scores, Hall of Fames, achievements, recognize, highlight, celebrations. What if you're doing a tarot reading for someone and someone needs to understand what are their high scores? What have they been rock starring? And they just need that extra boost. If you're doing a pre-reading for someone and this comes up, maybe in advance they need an extra boost. So it's just, there's so much available to you if you just, hop into your imagination and play around with it. The other one is my second favorite. Actually, I love all these. I'm not even going to try to pick favorites, but I go to all three of these for various different reasons. This is the least, but I go to all of them for various reasons. The change one is a different color palette. It's this purple, which is different than that. Silver on the sides. Same, category down here, keyword up here. This is all about change, and I am all for change, and I'm all for choice within change. So, like, for instance, you're doing shadow work. How and why have you chosen to remain silent? Maybe there is something that needs to be unpacked when this card shows up. Maybe there's something that you need to look into, and you can either use your tarot cards, oracle cards, use it as a journal prompt. Like, there's so much that can be done. So much that can be done. I did want to share how I have been using them, because if you've been following the community for a little bit, you know that I've been using this as part of my daily practice, my daily tarot journal practice. And what I do is I pull out the focus cards and I leave those in the box, and I use this deck primarily, and sometimes I pull in the other ones, but for the purpose of this, we'll just use this one. But I want to, the way that I work is that every day I come to my journal and I wrap one of my questions around peace. That's what I do. And so on Sunday, when I'm planning out my journal and doing my lines and all those things, I shuffle and I just lay my 7 cards out for the week. And so I'm asking the cards, what do you want me to know? What do I need to work on regarding my peace this week? And I get to a spot where it feels good to stop, and that's about there. And I love the reveal, so I'll lay out all 7 because I'm a weirdo. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sometimes I'll do it differently. Sometimes I'll look at the shadow card, you know, just to see what shows up. And then I just write those into my what would you call it? My little rows, my little columns in my notebook. And yeah, you know, I look through it. Now, something that I'm doing this week that is different. Oh, I missed this one. This week that I have not done at all before is I've actually pulled an entire category out of here to work on that. Now, I pulled out, it's in the bedroom, but I pulled out all of the shadow work cards, except for this one, apparently. I pulled out all the shadow work cards, and that's what I'm doing this week, is that deep look into self. And it's been impactful, yo. Like, it's been making my mornings kind of rough, and not in a bad way, but more of just like, oh, that needed to be excavated. That needed to be looked at, and whoa. So next week, so come Sunday, I plan to do, I don't know if it's successes, because it's like I want to do shadow work and then I want to do light work. Like, what is it that I've been rock starring kind of thing. So I might need to go in there and see if there's something I can use. So yeah, light work. Let's just try that. Ooh, success. No. Expansion. Maybe expansion. Ooh. I don't know. Would I do expansion or light work? I think I'm going to do light work. So I'll just keep that. Success, those are fun. Light work. Expansion, processing, seeker, expansion, light work. Boundaries, success, processing. Boundaries, seeker, expansion, seeker, light work, boundaries. That might be a good idea for the week after this. I thought I was just going to alternate shadow work, light work, shadow work, light work. And then like on light work days, not do tarot, but do oracle, just to kind of change it up and see what a particular deck of cards may want to chat with me about. And I think I know which one I might use. I have the Kali. No, is it Kali? Kali. Let me say it correctly, or try to anyway. I think I have the Kali Oracle. Oh, I missed this one too. Maybe I left them in here. Yeah, they're all down here. So yeah, I just left them in here. I lost my train of thought. So yeah, I have the Kali Oracle. I might use that because she's kind of a badass, but I might find something that's a little bit hugs and roses, because I feel like after beating myself up in that best kind of way all week, I could really use some, honey, what are you doing well? What have you been winning at? What are our good opinions? So I'm just going to be sweet to myself and work with these kind of cards. So this talks about purpose, synchronicity, prayer, affirmation, compassion, heal, truth. I love these. There's like sweet, transcend, potential, generosity, luck, self-love, courage, and victory. And so basically, well, I'll leave these in this kind of order because now I have them out, but you know, come Sunday when I'm over here trying to do my work again, I'll shuffle until it feels good to stop, and then I'll pull, you know, my cards, and then on Monday it'll be that, on Tuesday it'll be that, on Wednesday it'll be that, and so forth and so on. And yeah, we'll just look for the feel goods. We'll look for the feel goods. But yeah, those are some of the ways in which I like to use this set of cards, the Spread Machine Oracle and the Quest and the Change expansion pack. I thoroughly suggest that anybody who is a little bit further along in their tarot practice, like, you know, over a year. I'm not saying that nobody can do it, but I feel like as a reader who's been reading consistently for 5-6 years, I feel like I'm a pretty astute reader. And I'm not going to say like expert or advanced because my practice has kind of gone into more psychic, and I use tarot for myself. And yeah, I do tarot for clients as well. So I guess it just, maybe I need to take that whole phrase back because that made no sense. So let's go back to the, maybe if you're a little bit experienced, you have some experience under your belt, these would be an excellent way to kind of flip the script on yourself when it comes to tarot and the questions that you're asking or the nuances that you're aiming for, especially if you're bad with like finding questions or finding spreads. You can basically build your own spread, and that is something I did not show. I mean, there's a million ways that you can do this. So let's say, for instance, we're doing a 3-card reading, right? Let me connect all the dots, okay? If you are hard or bad about either creating your own spread, finding the spreads that you need, you can use a tool like this to help you do so. Y'all are watching my ADHD like work itself out in real time. So please just bear with me. So we're pretending we have a 3-card reading that we're doing for ourselves for whatever reason. So we're asking guides, guardians, and ancestors to pull out whatever card is best suited for us to know about today. These are also excellent if you do any like one-on face-to-face or video readings, because oh my gosh, you don't even have to think. You can just like, this is what spirit wants us to know today, and boom pow. Oh, some things didn't quite shuffle. Cool. So I'm gonna put those together because I kind of came out together. So 3-card reading would be innovate, lead, and victory. Tell me that does not make up an epic 3-card reading. To invent, to change, to launch, to initiate something new. Lead, how you can lead. Maybe spirit's giving you information regarding leadership or how you can lead, and how this leads to a victory of some sort, and then exploring that victory. So this is a card that I'm laying on top of this card to kind of further nuance the details of this card. So let's show and tell, right? I'm scrooching. Sorry if I get way loud, okay? So what validates you, affirms you, and establishes you? What makes you a winner? How do you become victorious? I think that was the word I was trying to say. How do you become victorious? And explore, kind of inbred into that. To explore, to learn, to expand your horizons, to absorb, download new information, venture into new terrain, brainstorm and gather ideas. So I would look at this almost like maybe even giving yourself the opportunity to explore what validates you, affirms you, establishes you. What have you done already? That's a victory. So depending on the context of this, gives you more information on how to lead these two together. That makes sense. So yeah, I feel like that was an entire ramble, to say the least. But I had fun chatting. I had fun showing one of my favorite tools of my little trade. And if you have any questions, or if you want to talk about or even share how you use this set of cards, I'd love to hear about it. If you're looking for the set of cards, I do know that she is selling her most recent edition on Etsy and on her website. I think on Etsy and on her website. Go to her website though. Like always patron the workers' hard wrought websites, because those things are not easy to build. So patronize her there. I do have some stock of hers. Like we did it a proper exchange. I do have some stock of these two, and I have one of these in the store right now. So if you go to the store, you won't find them in a kit per se because they come in at different times, but you will find these two for certain. And depending on when you go, you may or may not get this one. So if you want it, go get it. It's available. And if not, then buy it from her directly. So yeah, hun bunch, I hope you got something out of this, and totally let me know if you have any other questions, or if you'd like to experiment with something I'd love to play. Alrighty, dolls, take care. Bye. Mwah.